Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final live of the Recharge and Reset Challenge. We are a day late. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. I've had some things going on at home, a poorly baby and a poorly husband, and a very tired me. So we are a day late on this one, but better late than never. And I hope that you've been enjoying the challenges of week 4. Even if you haven't done any yet, you know what I say. It doesn't matter. I'm just glad you're here. You're showing up for yourself. And it has been an incredible 4 weeks. Like, truly, truly loved every moment of it. Thank you for joining me on it. Whether you've done one challenge, whether you've not really done any, whether you've done all of them. I'm going to bring up week 4 calendar. Hi, Becca. Haven't seen you in ages. I'm going to add this on. Here we go. So this was our week 4 challenges. So we've got choose 3 to 5 things to take forward with you. So anything that you've learned over the last 4 weeks, even if it's not something that I have taught you, even if it's something that, you've learned, you don't like doing something, you don't like journaling, or you don't like whatever, or you do like something, you found that there's a certain something that gives you more energy, that makes you feel more recharged. So picking 3 to 5 things that you've learned over the last 4 weeks to take with you. And then designing a first step plan. Hi, Annette. Paula, I've seen you've already done yours on the app and shared it. Incredible. So this really is, about taking these little things forward. And I don't want you to see these challenges as like a big old to-do list that, you've ticked them all off and that's great. Like, what's next? Like, I really want you to think about how you can take these forward in your life. And that's what your first step plan is about, right? So how can I feel more energized, more recharged going forward? What does that look like for me? Like, that might not even be some kind of wellness stuff. I know that Paula is working on a goal, for example, and she's setting up her blog and stuff like that. So your first step plan can be anything that you're taking forward into spring, into the new season, that makes you feel good, makes you feel motivated and energized. Then you have create a visual reminder. So I love a vision board, but it doesn't have to be as big as a vision board. It could literally be a little post-it note with one word on it. Like, what is the one word that you would take away from this whole challenge? Whatever that is, write it on a post-it note, stick it on your mirror. Today's challenge was to write a letter to your future self. So perhaps it's thanking yourself for giving yourself this time and kind of reminding your future self about how good it felt to have that time, right? So think about when you'd like to open this letter. I always think 3 months is a good time. Like, we don't have to write it to 10 years on us. Like, it doesn't have to be, what are those things called that you bury in the ground? Do you remember the like capsule things? Time capsule. Like, you don't have to do it for 10 years time and then be like, I completely forgot that. Why not write a letter to yourself in a month, just to remind yourself how good you felt, recharging, resetting, taking some time for yourself. And then we have say no to one thing that drains you. And I'm finishing on that challenge because I feel like it is probably the biggest lesson that perhaps we've learned throughout all of this. And we touched upon it last week, where we spoke about the things that like zap our energy aren't necessarily it's not just all about like finding all these habits to try and like boost our energy. It might be that we're carrying too much, right? And I know that that was a big revelation for quite a few of you last week, so I wanted to end on this one this week. Say no to one thing that drains you. And then your download for this weekend is going to be your end of challenge reflections, where I've basically got a few questions for you to think about and sit with as we finish this challenge. So really, to recap everything that we've done over the last 4 weeks, I want you to think about firstly, the first week, which was decluttering. Sometimes we need to let go of some stuff. We need to declutter our brains or our spaces to make space for new energy. And then when we've done that, we need to understand kind of our energy, how it works for us. Are there certain things that drain us? Are there certain things that energize us? What does our energy look like over the days, the weeks, the months? Really connecting with yourself. Like, that is the whole definition of being mindful, right? Is understanding ourselves and being mindful of our patterns and our energy levels and whatever else. So that second week was really about being mindful of ourselves. And then the third week, obviously, we looked at all of those wonderful habits that you can bring into your life, and you had the energy menu that I made for you. If you don't have any of the downloads, by the way, if you're missing anything, if you didn't get any of the emails or you're not on the app, please do let me know, and I can always send things over to you. But we did the menu of like your energy boosters, so your starters, your snacks, starters, and mains, depending on how long you had. And then we looked at those things that perhaps drain our energy. So that has been the last 4 weeks. And I really hope that you've taken some things away from it that you're going to use going forward. That is the whole point of it. If you're sitting here and you're like, Bex, I haven't done any of it, or I'm feeling like full of guilt or shame, please know that there are a lot of people who just kind of come along for the ride. They don't necessarily do the challenges, but just making that time for yourself, sitting here, reading emails, looking at the calendars, thinking about it, being mindful about it, is still doing more than perhaps you were doing 4 weeks ago. Okay. So if you get stuck in this mindset of, I feel guilty because I haven't done anything, you will not move anywhere. Like, you will just eat yourself up. And I know this from personal experience because I'm exactly the same. And so are most other people. If we get stuck in this, I knew I wasn't going to do it. I knew I wasn't going to complete all 4 weeks. There are very, very few people, and I could probably name them on one hand, that I know that have done all of the Anti-Burnout Club challenges and ticked all of them off the list, right? Very few people. Because this isn't about checking everything off a list. This is about picking the things that work for you and feeling good about it and spending a little bit of time on yourself, whether that's 5 minutes for one challenge or a few hours doing all of the challenges all at once, right? And on that note, I want to talk to you about what we're doing in May, because we're doing something a little bit different. And I'm really, really excited because we've launched the new free app. We, in order to do that, have reached out to some really, really lovely little businesses that I personally use, or I like, or I know that I'm proud to share with you. And they have sponsored this next challenge, which helps make it free for you. It helps make the app free for you. It helps me focus on bringing more resources in and more things that we need. And they'll also be providing some little extras along the way. So that's super exciting. Shall I just show you what it is? Because I feel like I could talk about this for ages. And you're like, what is it, Bex? What is it? What is it? What is it? So in May, for 5 weeks, we are going to be doing the sensory slowdown. So this is really exciting because we haven't done anything like this before. But we're going to be focusing on one sense a week, just like we normally do, little 5 to 10 minute challenges. But we're going to be using each of those 5 senses to calm our nervous system, spark joy, and feel more present in everyday life. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed, if you've been feeling stressed out, if you're like, I just need like some calm in my life, I just need to feel more balanced, I just need to feel good, like I want to feel joy, then this is what this challenge is all about. Now, in order to make this accessible, because I know that not everybody has all 5 senses. My sister, for example, and I know there's one other person in the community doesn't have a sense of smell. So I wanted to make sure that this is accessible. So if you're like, oh my goodness, there's a whole week that I won't be able to do, or 2 weeks or whatever, please don't panic, because we have, I say we, I always say we, and it's still just only me. I've come up with some accessible ways of completing the challenges. So if you do have any accessibility concerns, please don't worry, you will still be able to do all 5 weeks. And like I said, these challenges are sponsored this time. Now, please don't think, this is really hard for me basically, because obviously if I could do this all on my own without any help, without any financial backing, then I probably would, right? And in order to move forward with this year, when I came back, I knew that I had to get some financial support. So I reached out to companies that I genuinely believe in. I don't ever want to bring to you guys something that I don't believe in. And I don't ever want you guys to think that I'm like selling out or whatever. Like, these companies, so for example, Wild and Free, she is a lovely local business. And I'm going to one of her day events in a couple of weeks, like literally just before this one starts. Then there's Foss and Bjorn, and I actually have a necklace to show you. So they make sensory, like anxiety necklaces, and Sissel, who runs that, is just a gorgeous human being. And then we have Freddie's Flowers. Now, anyone that has been a member of the Anti-Burnout Club for a long time will know that behind me, I always had a bunch of flowers. I don't at the moment because we're supposed to be moving house and everything's sort of like trashed at the moment. But I reached out to Freddie's being like, I used to always have your flowers in the background of my videos. They make me happy. They're sensory. And I've managed to secure something really, really lovely for you guys. So, and yeah, Phoebe just said, happy to see Freddie's flowers there. I get a box of them around once a month. My God, they're just lovely. And I've met Freddie, who runs it, and he has, he's been through burnout himself. He is a fantastic person. And I truly believe in the company. So as we go forward, whether you're brand new here or you've been here for a while, know that I would only ever bring these companies in sponsorship wise if I truly believed in them, and if I truly thought that they would benefit you, and they're not just out there to make a quick buck out of you, because you know that that's, if that was the case, then I would charge you all a fortune a month and blah 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 blah. That's how the industry works. But I don't want to do that, and I don't want to work with companies that do that. So I feel like so anxious explaining this, because it's difficult for me to have to admit defeat and say I can't do this all myself, and I can't fund this all by myself. And so this has been hopefully the perfect balance. And it also means some of them will be running competitions. Some of them will be giving you like Freddie's Flowers is giving us an absolute insane discount that is pretty much like giving them away for free. And so, all of that will be revealed in May. Anyway, I'm blabbering on. I'm so tired. I just want to say thank you so, so much. I'm going to put myself back on, but I look like a ghost. I just wanted to say thank you so much for completing this challenge with me. Our first challenge since I came back. It has been so lovely to be back. I feel quite emotional. It's been so lovely to see familiar faces. It's been so lovely to see lots of new faces and have the new app and everything. So I'm really, really looking forward to just making this even bigger, even better for you guys. Not bigger in the fact that, we take over the world, but bigger in the fact that it has more of an impact. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to go and have a little cry because I feel emotional. It's lack of sleep. But I love you guys so, so much. And I will see you all on Saturday, where I'll be sending over your last resources and a recap of the challenge that's been, so you can go through anything that you've missed. And if you're on the app, then I'm literally about to make this course live, so you can enroll in it, ready for the 5th of May. If you're not, there'll be a post that goes up on Facebook and Instagram, and you can comment on that, and you'll get a link to the app. And yeah, that's it. Right. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.